Hi, Jeremy. How are you?
Hi, Joey. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Another incredible season of The Witcher. Where do we pick up with Jaskier and his friends?
Well, at the end of season three, they make Geralt and Jaskier and the makings of a group that will one day be called the Hansa, have learnt some pretty shocking news about Geralt's child surprise, his daughter, I nearly called her Freya, Ciri, and they are on their way on a what they call a death march to Nilfgaard to hopefully rescue her from the clutches of the tyrant Emir. So that's where we start the show, is on the road and trying to withstand the toil of war.
Has Jaskier picked up any new fighting skills, or is he still as timid as ever?
He is. I wouldn't call him timid, and a certain, but he often sees his role, particularly in combat situations, as helping the helpless. So he will often you'll often see me in the background of fight scenes, helping the people who are being attacked and sheltering them and try not to make a huge deal about his own heroism, but he's not as timid as he used to be. And I think that's what comes with years of friendship with Geralt, but also years of learning and growth that he's experienced. You might need to wait another season before he picks a sword up. We'll have to wait and see.
Yes, for now, he's just an incredible wandering minstrel with a great group of friends.
Yeah.
Did you have any input this season with the new songs maybe you'll be performing?
Joe Trepanese and Max Davidoff-Grey composed the musical sequence in episode five of this season. Previously in seasons two and three, I did have quite a lot of involvement in the songs. I composed and co-composed them with the music team. But this year, it was incredibly difficult to manage. We had so much going on. We were filming two seasons back to back, and the scheduling was so brutal that I was unable to really help out in any way. But the composition that they've made for this sequence is incredibly ambitious. It's very, very different to anything we've seen before, and I hope it brings a little bit of respite to people watching this season.
We have a new addition as Liam Hemsworth with Geralt this season. How did the dynamics change with his version versus Henry's version?
I don't know if the dynamic between their relationship has changed. The relationship of Geralt and Jaskier is one that I've always tried to base as much on Sapkowski's writing as possible. The mutual respect, the loyalty, the unerring and unwavering friendship that they have. They're, for me, that hasn't changed. None of the core tenets of their character, of these characters and their relationship have changed at all for me. What was joyous was working with Liam. Liam turned up with so much preparation, so much love for the character, so much love for the project, and we very, very quickly became very firm friends, which makes everything easier. It was the show wasn't effortless, but certainly working with Liam was. We make each other laugh. We enjoy each other's company. We work in a very similar way. And so we just tried to show as much of our own friendship in the characters as possible.
Well, speaking of incredible actors, you get to share the screen with Lawrence Fishburne this season. What was it like what was it like working with him?
Lawrence is just obviously a powerhouse of the industry and a national treasure, but he arrived to this project with a similar amount of commitment, but with a very distinct way of working. I tend to ad lib and improvise whilst I'm working, and Lawrence took that playful energy that I like to try and bring to the set and rolled with it and gave it back to me in spades, which meant I just got to play. I just got to play with him and he got to play with me and bounce off each other, try this, try that. And being able to work with someone like that, so experienced, so up for anything. I just did everything that I could to learn as much as I could from him.
Every episode is must see. Are there specific ones this season that you're most excited for fans to see? Maybe it is five, since we get a new tune from you.
Yeah, episode five, I think is a breath of fresh air. It's a very pacey season, and it's very relentless. It doesn't let up, and by the time we reach episode five, I think it's a well-earned, deep sigh of relief or at least respite. But I think the final episode of this season is maybe my favorite. Actually, no, maybe episode four, in which we find Jaskier and Geralt. Yeah, it's somewhat tied up together. That was a joy to shoot. But as a fan of the books and Mr. Sapkowski's writing, I particularly love. There's a moment in the books that involves a bridge for the fans of the books who will know exactly what bridge I'm talking about. And when I first read these books, I thought to myself, oh my goodness, if we ever reach season four, wouldn't it be amazing to see that realized on the screen? And we do. And so that's a very, very exciting sequence for me. I just loved filming it, but I think I enjoyed watching that the most.
How do you shake off a long day of shooting such intense fight scenes and just trying to be as as witty and keeping up the good improv as you can?
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you. To be honest, yeah, like it does take me a while to turn Yaskier off. I've said this in the past, but frequently I will come home and I'll see some friends or some family, and for the first hour or so of being at home, I'll still be Yaskier and still be sort of, oh, everybody, right? Okay, here's what we're going to be doing today, and then suddenly, and only after about an hour or hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half, they'll see Joey return to the room, and I largely just try and rest. I think that's something that we've all learned on doing the show for myself for 7 years, is that rest and sleep become the most valued commodity when shooting a TV show like this. It is brutal on the body, it's brutal on the mind, but if you can work out ways of just getting to sleep, particularly when you have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning the next day to do it all over again,
Mhm.
um, that becomes its own little skill. So I think that's something I've learned over the years.
What have you personally learned about yourself or maybe taken away from your time here on The Witcher?
Um, I've learned. I think I've learned from Yaskia to stand up a little bit for myself, to have convictions um, in my own performance, and to trust that I know what I'm talking about, which took a little bit of time to learn. But it's also thanks to Lauren and her collaborative leadership style that we feel safe enough to bring offerings to the table and have creative conversations about these characters and how they should be portrayed. So, but standing up for myself, I think, was something that I slowly learned from Yaskia, and what I hope to take from it is just his light. He beams like a beacon in the dark, and if I can harvest even 10-20% of that light and keep it within me, then I'll be a very happy man.
Have you taken any mementos from your time here on the show? Maybe a guitar or you or a mandolin at this point.
Oh, I don't. I own my practice lute at home. I already have a lute, so I don't need another lute. But what I I have still I still Yaskia has a tuning fork necklace that I have taken with me. I've also asked the show if they would be kind enough as to send me the coat, the purple coat, because I obviously became very attached to that over the years, and I've
Sure.
worn it for 6 of those 7 years, and I can't imagine it being in anyone else's hands. It would be very odd. So hopefully that will be in the post.
Yeah, or stuck maybe in a warehouse somewhere. I feel like it wouldn't do it honor it very well.
Yeah.
This series is so special to so many people. What does it mean to you that so many people embrace the show and have become just utterly addicted to it?
It means the world. It is like shooting, like even a season of the show is like shooting 4 films back to back. It takes its toll on us all, but that's why we do it. We want to bring a little bit of escapism to people. We want to perhaps use this fantastical world and this fantasy world to reflect a little of what's going on in our world and to try and support people and to showcase what can happen in times of war and turmoil. There's so many aspects of the show that have become so rewarding that when someone responds to it positively or even negatively, it just engages with it. It's more than enough. I think that's all anyone wants on this show is just to do our best to tell Sapkowski's stories as best we can.
You're so good in this series. It must mean so much to you that when fans reach out to you to tell you that you truly embody this character.
It does mean a lot. Yeah, I'm not on social media, so I don't get a lot of it, but I do get some of it in real life where, someone will come up and perhaps, offer me a glass of wine at the pub and say thank you for my contribution to the show. It's really incredibly heartwarming, but it doesn't happen too often because as I say, I'm not online and I'm a bit of a recluse anyway. So when at events like this, like at press events or at premieres and what have you. That's the first time that many of us feel that wave of support for the show, and it can bring up quite a lot of emotions and very lovely emotions as well.
Well, this series has become such a light for so many people and such a great distraction during these difficult days.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for bringing such a joy to our screen. Thank you so much for giving us a kind and warmth and needed distraction. And certainly, your gift of song is another great talent you have in your pocket. And The Witcher just brings it all together for you.
I am blushing. Thank you so much. That's really kind. I think I needed that.
Well, you're welcome, especially after this long day of press. I think you needed a little bit of a reminder that you're meant to do what you're doing.
Oh wow, thank you. You're gonna make me cry. Yeah, that's it. You've jerked the tears out of me now.
Oh, well, you're welcome and also sorry.
Yeah. No, sorry, promise. Thank you
Well,
so much for your questions.
I really appreciate your time and the joy you continue to bring to our screens as you ask your